Rapper, singer, songwriter, producer, and professional volleyball player. I'm talking to Kofi today. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. This is neat for me because I've never interviewed an artist that is also a professional sports player. Do you get more than 24 hours in a day, or do you just not sleep?
Honestly, I actually sleep a lot, believe it or not.
Really?
I think I don't know. The sports side, it doesn't really take up too much time. It has you on a rigid schedule, but it doesn't take up that much of your day.
Okay, so you're talking to me from France, is that right?
Yeah, so originally from Toronto, but right now I play for a team in the south of France.
And you went to UCLA and played for the Bruins after high school, but you've been producing music since high school.
Yeah, so I started basically in like the last 2 years of high school and then continued through university. And then after, in my last year, I signed a record deal. So I took a step back from the volleyball for a bit and just did that. But now I'm back doing both.
Well, that's a good way to stay in shape and to keep your lungs the best for rapping and singing. And you've got a new album dropping, Pettyboy, wherever you stream your music at. Yeah, like the series too, Born on Friday, where you're telling us how it's made. I was watching the video where you were talking about the first track that was released, Impatient, and how it came together and started with raw piano. Like when you listen to that, you would never know.
Yeah. I think that all I hear is like music these days. Like people don't think that it's as musical as it used to be. And I think in some ways it's more musical than it used to be because there's so many, we don't have just classical instruments anymore. You know, we have all types of instruments. So like we're still playing chord progressions. We're still writing music classically, but then we can twist it and tweak it with all these, you know, like electronic sounds and synths and whatnot. So like that song, Impatient, yeah, that started off on the piano, but it doesn't sound anything like that. And I think that's part of the artistry.
Well, if you think about it, too, it's actually more work because artists from like the 70s and 80s, when they were just playing piano, they didn't have the option. So you're taking the piano and then working it to sound totally different and making new music. And it truly is new music.
There's more to do in that sense, but it's a lot easier because like, nowadays, if you mess up a take, you can kind of just pick up where you left off. Whereas back then, you know, like...
You're cutting reel-to-reel tape.
Yeah, like that's... you're spending a lot of money there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you were saying that there was 23 layers of vocals in that song. So were those all different takes, or did you take the same vocal and then double it, triple it, and so on?
Those were all different takes.
Oh, wow.
I have done the other thing before, but like when you do that, because you could take one singing take and then duplicate it, and now you can like change the notes so you can harmonize with yourself and you only sang once. But like it's cool, and I've done that, but like it doesn't sound real. Like you use that as more of an effect. It's like a distorted sound that you want it. Like you do that for the sake of doing that. So for this, no, I sang 23 or however many tracks there were times. I love layering.
You're in France, and when we got on the phone together, you told me you're in a studio. So do you live there permanently and you have a studio in your house?
Yeah, I'm a big home studio person. Like I make everything at the crib. I've done the whole studio thing, all the big studios, but like music for me, it's like an intimate thing, and you want to be in a setting where you're comfortable, and inspiration can happen anytime, and it can just leave for long periods of time. So if you're in a studio and it's not there, it sucks. Now there's pressure. But if you have it, like my studio in my house, it's like on the other side of the wall from my bedroom. So, you know, 3 a.m. in the morning, sometimes I just get up. I'm like, I have an idea, you know, and start cooking.
So you don't treat this like a job. So it's not like a 9-to-5 thing. Oh, I'm going to the studio. I'm going to record some tracks, vocals, blah, 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 blah. It's when the spirit hits you.
Yeah, because I could try to force it all day and come up with nothing. And then that's very unmotivating when you do that. But like if you just kind of live your life, music's always going to be something that I do, just because like I always hear musical ideas, and there's things that inspire me, and there's things that I like the sound of. If you just go about your day, at some point something's going to hit you, and if you have means to record that well, like a home studio, I think that's the that's the best way to work.
When you're going about your day and you're living your life, are you also thinking, hey, can I write a song about this? Can I write a song about that?
Sometimes when drastic things happen or like crazy things happen, I'm like, oh, that's a crazy song or that's a crazy story. Yeah, that's kind of how I work. I like to write based off my life, but also like the people around me and things that I see.
And so when you write about other people and their lives, have you wrote about like friends? Like there's a lot of relationship drama in this album so far. Is that all you? Or are you taking some stories from just things you see or?
So Pettyboy, for me, the album, it's really more than anything, it's a concept album, and it's not necessarily all things that are real. It's things that I wish that I would have said in past relationships or wish I would have done in my own past relationships, but also my friends. So a bunch of the songs are about other people that are like, you know, in my close inner circle.
And do they know what songs are about them? They do?
Yeah. One of them wrote one of the songs with me.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear the entire album. It drops on November 15th. Is there anything else you want to say about it? Like the whole process of making it and how long it took?
Some of the songs are like 3 years old. I took my time basically putting this together, and I wanted to keep it sounding like Toronto because that's a big influence for me. But yeah, I hope people enjoy it, and I know people will enjoy it.
Well, we can't wait to hear the entire thing. And Kofi, thanks so much for taking the time with me today. It's been great talking to you.
Of course. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.